Leaders, would you like to build more trust and connection with your team? So today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips to really expand your communication and your influence. So this topic is really about communication, which I believe is the foundation for connection, for relationship building at home and at work. Now, when you are a leader and you're at work and you've got a message to share, there's so many different ways you could do that, whether it is through an email, through text, through chat, through Slack, yet, and there's more beyond that. And yet, sometimes we forget the people connection. We forget, and I've definitely witnessed some leaders doing that. They miss the mark. They're so focused on the doing, they don't think about what is a way that is human-centered and I can create that connection. And so, and that is a key aspect of connecting with your teams, building trust, having them respect you. It's kind of a two-way street. So I've got these 5 tips to share with you. So number 1, the first piece is to really slow down, evaluate what you're going to say, and decide what would be the best way to communicate that to, whether it's one person, maybe it's to a group. And ask yourself, what is the most human-centered way to do this? Because if you have to send a message to somebody, maybe it's quick and sometimes that helps. But if you can walk around your desk and go to another office and physically see somebody, that can make a big difference. Or pick up the phone and call them. Those are human connections. Not to say that the others aren't good, because technology nowadays has us doing the quickest, easiest things. So this message is really about what is the most human-centered way to share that connection. And so number 2, when you do meet with this person, whether it's one-on-one on the phone, greet them by name and say, like, hello, Sally. Hey, how are things going? What's new and exciting? And let them share and listen. That's number 3 then. Ask open-ended questions to allow them to freely flow with their information and for them to feel safe to share with you, and that you care about them. That's a huge aspect of building relationships. And number 4 is to really share an acknowledgement with whoever you're talking to. Maybe it is one-on-one, maybe it's to a group, talking about successes, talking about things that are working well. That shows, number 1, it builds self-esteem. If you're talking to someone, it builds self-esteem. And if you're talking to the team, it builds everyone's self-esteem. And it also shows appreciation, that you appreciate them. And so number 5, this is like the most important piece. Communicate clearly and often. So it's about really making sure that everyone knows what's happening. Making sure, maybe it's, just to say, hey, we've got this project going, things are moving great, we're still waiting for a few things, and we're moving forward. It doesn't have to be a long communication. But it's letting them know what's happening, because in the void of communication becomes stories people make up in their head or gossip. And so really letting people know. And so that's an important piece, leaders, to really communicate clearly and often. And so, so next time that you've got a communication to go out, just give yourself a few minutes and ask, what could be the most human-centered way for me to get this message out? How can I build trust, respect, and connection? So, let me know if these tips are helpful to you. And if you and your team need a little bit more help with that, please let me know. I've got some programs that could be beneficial for you and your team. So take care. We'll see you on my next video. Take care. Bye for now.